Australia's third richest person to invest $1.5 billion in fight against climate change.
Here's a summary of the article.
Mike Cannon-Brookes says addressing climate change will require policy changes across a range of industries. Not just a government problem. Cannon-Brookes says governments should be doing more to address climate change, but he has also called on the building and motoring industries to change, as well as individuals. As a singular example, we have poor building standards with energy efficiency, and we have poor vehicle standards with fuel efficiency, he said. It's not a government problem. It's on government and business and industries and individuals. It takes groups to take action in their own areas, so while the government could do a better job, it's not 100% up to them. He said philanthropists had an important role to play in crossing those boundaries with their investments. Illawarra Newsletter. Local news in your inbox. ABC Illawarra will deliver a wrap of the week's news, stories and photos every Thursday.
This post received a score of 22,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Don't donate. Buy a politician and lobby for it. It's the only way to get it done.
Buy all the politicians.
Start with Munchin. Sounds like $1 million might do it.
He makes $500,000 a year in dividends alone from a coal brokerage he made and later gave to his son. He also gets an insane amount of lobbying from the coal industry, and lots of WV voters are super pro-coal. $1 million in campaign financing is unlikely to budge him. Why would he take that much in lobbying to fuck up his own personal income? Politicians voting for their own financial interest is perfectly legal in this country for some reason.
I can't imagine being dumb enough to stay pro-coal while all those coal jobs get lost to automation and therefore will never come back. You get rich looking at the next thing, not the same old one on its way out.
It's partially that coal is all they know and partially that they know the second coal goes away so do their town. Most folks I've heard from or talked to from these coal towns aren't really so delusional to think that coal is still in their future but are stuck. Like, Democrats have been pushing for a retraining program so that miners can learn some other trade that actually has a future. But that doesn't really help when you also need to move to another town where you can actually put those new skills to use. There are solutions, but it's very hard to sell an entire town on the idea of closing the entire town and everyone going their separate ways because the move closed.
This happens a lot. Detroit lost a lot of its population once the Big Three started losing out to Japan and West Germany. But even though many left for better, and extant jobs elsewhere, a large number remained even as the Paris of America started to look like that city from Escape from New York. Obviously hyperbole, but you get the idea. Heck, the coal towns Thatcher more or less destroyed with her reforms are still weak decades later.
Fuck Ozzyman's doing alright for himself.
He's one of the Atlassian founders. They started the company with $10,000 in credit card debt.
Now I can finally feel good about using Jira.
The updates are annoying to deal with, but it's not a bad product. TBF.
My main complaint is it's terribly optimized. It's so fucking slow.
What are the other two doing?
Gina Reinhardt made her money from iron ore. Twiggy Forrest made his money from iron ore. So
greater than during the 2019-2020 bushfires in Australia, Forrest repeated his unsubstantiated claim that the fires were primarily due to the pollution of the forests by combustible material and arson, with climate change only playing a subordinate role. A cowboy hat face, cowboy hat face, cowboy hat face.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.